Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Episode 80 of the 9 to 5 Fitness Podcast. That is a lot of podcasting. I'm joined with Anabolic Gabe. Gab, how are you? How did you sleep, big fella?
Mate, I'm good. I slept bloody elite. Just testosterone seeping out of my skin at the moment. We're sleeping, 8 hours of sleep every night, above 90% sleep quality. No smoking, no drinking, just everything optimized. I feel like the Terminator at the moment. What about you?
That's fantastic, mate. Feeling good, real good. I think we're really hustling.
I feel like I want to bite through this coffee glass.
Eat the glass.
No, I like it actually. How it's double wall insulated, $50 a glass. I feel like I want to finish the coffee and I want to bite through.
Eat it.
Like I got a steel jaw or something.
It's good. Yeah, no, I'm feeling fantastic. We're just hustling. We're running. We're gymming. We're grinding.
Just full David Goggins.
I hope it's it gets put onto others as well.
Spread this energy.
Yeah.
I saw a video that Prime Train posted that got a bit of hate, and that was food should be a reward.
I rate that.
Don't have your breakfast until you've trained. You should train in the morning and then have your breakfast. It should be a reward. We go back to cavemen days. They had to hunt the animal. They had to kill the animal. They're putting in that work and then they're feasting.
I totally agree.
Now you get these blue-haired Quandale Dingle 135-ton people commenting on our videos, being like, no, this is disordered eating. This is that and this. And it's like...
What do we say to that?
Embrace masculinity, reject modernity, if it's pronounced correctly. I completely agree with Prime Train, and I'm angry. No, I'm not angry, actually. This is the way I'm going to live. This is the way we're going to get results. And if you want to reject that and do your own thing and eat some McDonald's French fries with some Big Mac sauce at 8:30, oh no, they wouldn't even be awake by then. At 11:30 a.m., first thing they do, then they can do that, mate.
Yeah, so the hate would have come from the perspective of... No, I totally agree. The hate would have come from the perspective of people saying Prime was promoting eating disorders, which we've copped before as well, numerous amounts of time. I feel like those people who find it like it's like an eating disorder, just ignore it. Like if you actually think that is stopping you from or stopping you from eating, like if you're, then just don't listen to it. Because if I got told to like eat whatever I wanted, then I would not benefit from that and I'd feel shit about myself. But I don't listen to that when people say that to me.
I don't know, mate. It's like, if you think that's promoting eating disorders, mate, I don't think you've done anything hard ever in your life. Like, have some discipline. I don't know. And,
so fragile.
It really annoys me when people we're all about tracking nutrition as well. And people that are like, no, that's an eating disorder. It's like, this is the best bloody eating disorder ever. Look how I'm looking, bro. Like, it was like, I'm pretty sure James English made a video on it. It's like, just because we track our macros and stuff does not mean we have an eating disorder. Like, come on.
I'd actually, just to come at this from a different angle, I'd actually love to hear like a genuine argument as to like how it's promoting eating disorder, even someone with an eating disorder or anything like that, and how, like, what we can do better to make them feel comfortable, but also promote the lifestyle we're trying to live. Because I feel like it's just a blanket response. Like, it's promoting eating disorders, you can't talk about it. So, well, that's not really fair because we still want to talk about it. But on the contrary, I'm very open to like learning a lot about it. And I would hate to be the catalyst behind someone's eating disorder.
But just don't get butthurt over someone's discipline and commitment to eating and training and tracking everything. That's not a disorder, bro. It's just you being salty that you can't do things. Anyway, so we're trying to buy things at the moment. We're trying to make some business moves. We've earned some money. We want to invest it. And that means you have to negotiate with people. And often when you're doing these deals, there are annoying people in the way, right?
Nothing worse.
We're trying to look into houses at the moment, all that kind of thing. Dealing with real estate agents. It's like, mate, I got the cash. I want to move now. I want to make the deal. I don't have time for this stuffing around.
Yeah. Well, it's more owners than real estate agents.
Yeah.
Hey, they're just the mailman. Don't shoot the messenger.
It's like, mate, we're heading to a recession. What do you want us to bloody... It's ridiculous, isn't it?
So we're moving out soon.
Yeah, we're wanting to upgrade this house. I think we're moving to... what's the suburb? Mildura. And we're looking at...
700 acres.
0.75 bedroom place there. And like, they're just... We want to move quickly. We don't have time for the 58 different nuances that the owner wants and all this. It's like, come on, mate.
The process for everyone moving out, if you haven't already, the process is just ridiculous in terms of background checks, character checks, references, and they actually follow. Like mostly, like references, you know, character references, they don't follow it up.
Yeah,
they 100% follow it up.
It's like, mate, I got the cash now.
Yeah,
do you want the deal or not? And like, we've been to inspections where like the estate agent tells us we're the only ones who've rocked up and applied, and it's like, bro, do you want the deal or not? We're gonna move on. Like. Anyway, and the other annoying, I reckon what's more annoying is people when you're trying to sell a car or you're trying to buy a car. And it's like, so for example, we'll get into when you're trying to buy a car, but I have had that many time wasters with my car is like the most mid sports car there is. It's a hot little hatch. It's a grandma's car that goes kind of fast, right? I swear there are people coming out to joyride it that have no intention of buying it and they want to joyride a grandma's hot hatch.
Imagine how boring your life would have to be,
bro. And it's just pretty scummy, like that time. So now I'm like trying to filter them out. This one guy the other day was like, what did you do? He was like, oh, can I put a deposit down? Like, I'm going to inspect this at like my company's workshop. I'll get you put every detail in place. I'm like, sweet, sold it. I was looking at, you know, getting the RS3 now. I sent a few messages out to buy it. And, he's like, oh, I've got to make a call. I'll put the deposit down in 2 hours. Like, I'll give you a call. 2 hours past, nothing. I say, hey, bloody Rajith, whatever his name is, like, any word? He's like, oh, I'm not going to go through with it, I don't think. The bloke inspected my car for 2 hours. Like, he was fully turning the wheels and then getting out of the car and did that for
checking the bearings.
Mate, checking everything. Like, wasted so much of my time because I thought he was going to buy it.
Yeah. And I feel like you've had that happen so much.
Maybe
with
he
your
just
car
went
sale.
to check his bank account and there was no money in there, or I don't know.
There is that, yeah.
And I
Bitcoin
told him before, the price is not negotiable, mate. I'm in no rush to sell this thing. But it's like, I was pissed off because it got my hopes up. And it was just like... Fuck.
There is nothing worse than selling a product, to be honest. I am a bit of a serial messaging people, hey, is this available? And then just like getting cold feet and like not... replying.
Walk us through, because you're a big buyer. You've had no issue selling. You always own somewhat popular vehicles and they're gone within the week.
Yep.
Tell us about your struggles with buying.
With buying, I mean, same kind of thing in terms of like people are just either selling a product that is, you know, way too expensive or so on, so that there's no point. But I'm trying to think. I haven't really had any like...
My pride and joy?
Bad. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. This just annoys me because it's on ads. Sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked there. It's on ads and stuff. Is people saying, you know, where do I start with this one? We'll start with the price. Start anywhere, bro. Just don't start with where do I start. You're the seller.
How about we start with the bloody price, mate?
Start with the price, or even start with the wheels. There's somewhere you start low and, you know... So that grinds my gears because I don't have fucking time to read through your long list of so-and-so about why it's the best thing ever. Mate, I hate games.
Mate, if it's your pride and joy,
why
are you selling them then?
And that's the other thing when people write, selling my pride and joy. It's like, bro, I don't want to take your pride and joy. Like, save me have a bit of respect towards me.
She's this and that. Oh, she's beautiful. I love it a bit.
It's a 2003 Corolla, mate.
Yeah,
if that is your pride and joy... reassess.
Bloody Toyota Corona.
Go and do some bloody LSD in the jungle or something and figure out who your inner self is. I don't know.
Find yourself, mate. That's not a recommendation to the 14-year-olds listening, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Just covering our asses legally.
Yep. But yeah, mate, the like pride and joy, selling my pride and joy. It's I almost want to message them sometimes, mate. If this is your pride and joy, I don't want to take it off your hands.
You know what? When you know, I'm not an angry person, but you know, say I got my car up for 23 grand and someone says, would you take 14K? I feel like punching them in the teeth and like It's like, you fucking scumbag, bro. Yeah. I feel like, this is the address, and sending them like,
Comedy
meet me
store.
this time. And maybe sending them to the fucking comedy store.
Yeah.
It's like, you're
Hey,
a
bro,
fucking
I'm here.
scumbag, bro.
Go and tell
Hey,
your
bro, I'm
jokes.
here. Yeah, go and tell your jokes upstairs, mate.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Mate, selling things though is just like, it's just a process that you just want to avoid.
Here's one for you. You already know what I'm going to say. Car's up for 23k.
Yeah.
Would you take 16 grand cash?
Cash. What? Wait, how else are you going to pay?
What else you got to buy with, bro?
I'm not taking Bitcoin.
We're not taking bloody coupons here.
I'll give you cash. I had that with my Land Cruiser a few times. I'll give you 40 grand cash. Well, how else, bro?
What?
And you've just knocked 20k off the price for
cash?
That's not a bargaining point. You don't get to use that and
What do you mean?
cash.
What does cash actually mean? Does cash mean they're paying $100 notes, or does cash mean a bank transfer? Because I swear it means both.
Well, I mean, to be honest, a bank transfer is just easier.
Yeah, I know.
So, and I think that does mean both. Yeah.
Yeah, like what else? Genuinely, I'm asking, what else are you going to pay? Like, you're going to trade your PS4 in there as well? Like,
see, I think it stems from like people, especially with cars, people being like, like I don't have any finance, like I won't get finance for it. So
yeah.
But that doesn't affect
that's still
me
the money in your account.
because the money comes. It's for you to.
I don't
pay
give
the
a fuck
finance.
how you get that money, just so long as it's in my account, mate. Like, pretty damn straightforward.
Mate, the process of buying and selling
Yeah.
is just it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. I once sold my old MacBook, right? Bloke goes on it's summertime. Is travels on the train for about 2 hours to get to my place, and I'm selling my old MacBook for like $700. You know, it's not a huge transaction. He travels 2 hours, right?
On the train.
The bloke was some sort of international descent. He was wearing full tracksuit and spray jacket in about 36-degree weather, and I thought I was about to get rickrolled. I don't want to like racially profile anything here because I'm not a racist man. And so he grabbed the laptop, and he had like an iPod Touch that was like cracked everywhere. He was running on like 1G Wi-Fi or some shit. And he had like 3% on his phone. It was just like, there was a lot going on. I swear he barely spoke English. And he's typing in my BSB account number, and he puts it in. And like the money does, I thought it was a Brockfit situation. Like, oh, I'm with Bendigo Bank, bro. You know, it'll take a while.
Not a chance, brother.
Yeah.
No way.
And so nothing came through to my account. I waited like 10 minutes with it. I'm like, sorry, bro. Like, you're going to have to give the MacBook back until it comes through. Like,
Give it
back. So I took it back. You had to go 2 hours on the train home. 2 days later, the money comes in. I'm like, oh, you can pick it up now if you want, mate. Same situation. I saw he hasn't changed his clothes. And he gets the MacBook.
And he got his Mac. That's
and
fantastic.
I think he's very happy with it.
Yeah. He said
5-star Facebook Marketplace rating. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good result. Jeez. He didn't think that through, did he?
Yeah, bro. I'm like, is that fair enough? I'll send him home.
Yeah. You got to be going through with the Osco payments if you're doing the transfer.
Like, he was doing Combank to Westpac.
Yeah, it should work.
Should have worked, mate, to be honest. So I literally thought he was a scammer. He had some fake phone app that showed a fake like transfer. Yeah.
It's fair enough. Yeah, I wouldn't be taking, especially $700. Like if it was like $300, take the risk.
Even still,
to like get him out of your house though. I hate people sitting around.
Yeah.
I prefer those processes to be nice and quick.
Yes.
But maybe I get a bit odd like that.
Yeah, well, we had a bunch of submissions. Oh, what's Hugo said?
No, that's right. I'm running at the moment. I'm doing lots of running. Just started up again after like footy and being sick. And mate, the people commenting, like the running community is so funny because they'll be like, oh, like I can run that. I'm trying to run a sub 42-minute 10K, yeah?
I reckon we can aim for 40 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully. And like I'm not tall, but I'm pretty heavy. I'm like 78 kilos. And like people compare themselves to me and they're like, oi, let's 1v1, go for a 1v1 run. And I like click on their profile. They're like 30 kilos and like 6 foot tall. And it's like, well, like where do you get the kick out of that? It's just not even. So I always say, let's do a bench press after it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I bench their life.
Mm.
So
Yeah, facts. Anyway, no, I'm kidding.
All right, let's talk about Gab.
We got 15 minutes, mate.
What can we...
Bro, there's comments like, feel like Gabs is disinterested when the podcast isn't about him. Obviously,
That was a perfect example.
I'm kidding. I did that to feed into it. But yeah, running community...
It's all right, don't worry about the running.
No. Because I did that as... Bro, fuck. You're not on my level today.
I'm here.
Okay, so... Running community, yeah, toxic. There's like...
Whippets.
Kids who play like under 15 C team footy and they're like giving me hate about my running form. It's like, hang on, mate. If you saw me in real life, like I'm pretty, like you said it, like there's a lot going on.
We went for a run the other day and I was behind you at one point and I couldn't believe how big you were. I was just like far out. Because we went for a run like together and then you turned around a little bit earlier than I did, which meant I was behind you.
No, I turned around. Oh, yeah.
And then, so I was behind you and just like running back, I was like, I don't know how he's come this far with me. I thought you'd drop off the first K.
Yeah, because I just wanted to prove, and I was working pretty hard, but like the way you run is very graceful and I feel like it's quite efficient.
I've done a lot of work on it.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
Yeah, and I'm employing the same coach who helped you with yours, so hopefully I'll clean it up. But yeah, I just wanted to like push myself, and you were doing 4Ks at around like 4-minute pace. And so I held on to you for the first 2Ks, but I knew I was having to work a whole lot harder just because I got a few kilos on you. Obviously, my cardio is not that good. Yeah. And I checked the run after, my heart rate was like 173 or something.
Average.
Which is average, which is working pretty damn hard.
Heart attack territory.
Is it?
No, not quite.
I think the highest was Skepta Mosh Pit. I had like 200.
If you were on gear, we'd be worried, but you're natty, so it's all good.
And then I did an extra K after that, and like you overtook me, but I just couldn't do the extra K after that. I was running, I averaged like 420 pace or something. But yeah, I was just having to work so hard, and like people don't like. I know my running form does need a lot of work, which I am going to be working on, just a few technique cleanups, but. But like I swear, like my legs, they're just chafing the whole time. Like I'm pretty much having to run sideways at this point.
Does doing that ever make you want to lose size?
No, not at all, to be honest, because I can outlift anyone.
Yeah.
And I like, in terms of like muscular proportions, I look better than anyone. I feel like running's one of those sports you can have the shittest genetics, be ugly as fuck, and you can get down to a 3-minute pace 10K if you put the work in because you've got nothing to do. Yeah, it's like cycling. Anything. Like if you put the time in, you can get there. There's no genetic, like, and that might be really savage. Correct me if I'm completely mistaken, but like...
Oh, no, I think you're right.
It's just a time sport.
But like that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's just you do you. I don't think you'll ever be able to get up to like 160 kilo bench press even if you tried. Like,
yeah.
I just prefer like looking different to people in terms of like aesthetically muscular and also being able to lift more weight than anyone like in my weight class. But I also do want to have that functionality and healthy aspect of like the running, which is a weakness I'm going to be working on the bike with the cardio as well. And I swear, like, I know like the hate actually wasn't that bad. They were calling me like a Jack T-Rex or something because I don't know what my arms were doing.
Spicy running.
I just forgot.
Yeah, you get the floppy
Zesty.
wrists.
But I swear like my arms, it's because my lats like get in the way. I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm going to do some cleaning up with the coach.
Yeah, that's the way. I reckon you need to just like not worry about pace at all.
Yeah, but
I know
then
it's
I'll get roasted
on
Strava.
No, but who cares?
I care, duh.
Yeah,
social media.
Yeah, true. I did a good session today, which was like 5Ks, 1 kilometer effort. So like you run 1K within like 425 to 435 pace, rest for 90 seconds, run another K and do that 5 times. I reckon you should do that with me next time. Because it's just like, it's fun. It's like enjoyable. And until the last 2Ks when it gets like a bit hard.
I'll just do 2Ks. That's all I'm
No,
doing,
but you'd be able to do 5, I reckon. Like, that's the thing.
No. I said like, I'll just do like 2K time trials.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. That's the best way to get better, isn't it?
Keep sprinting. Yeah. I mean, that'll work.
No, running's so fun though. The endorphins after it.
Endorphins
bloody
are awesome.
Elite.
And
there's hot girls on the beach as well and you can run past.
You get another like, you take 20 seconds off your pace.
Bro, that boosted my cardio by 20% easy.
I'll have a heart attack before I stop in front of one of them.
Because there were these girls we ran past and they're pretty cute. And they could see there's like 2 semi-trailers jogging past them. So we go past. They're probably like, which AFL team do these guys? We're just in the BFL team. Yeah. Hoping to get a call up to the one soon. And, you know, because I knew we would stop and run back and have to run past them. And I knew I wasn't going to run the full distance you did. So I just made sure I didn't want to stop in front of them.
Yeah.
And they must have turned off because I couldn't see them anywhere. I'm like, okay, I'll stop now.
And then they pop out. Hey, what are you doing?
Jog. Yeah, no, it's shoelace. Yeah. Back on the jog now. It's like when your gym crush walks in the gym.
Oh, you start lifting.
Bro, start lifting that weight. I'm PR, I'm snapping my back.
What rest?
Yeah, what rest?
Keep going.
Where's the rest muscle? How do I train it?
So you're seeping testosterone at the moment. Do you notice it when you're around girls at the gym and stuff?
Someone asked a question. I've got to give a shout out to my boy.
Yep.
We asked for questions on Snapchat because we got creator feature and people ask questions.
Well, that's where we're going to be asking for questions going forward. So if you want to ask your questions for the podcast, add our Snapchats, please.
Darcy Newell asked gym crushes.
Just that's what he asked. Gym.
You just said gym crushes.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I got a few.
Yeah?
Probably never talked to them. I can admire from a distance. What about you? You're at Hectic Powerlifting Gym though, aren't you? Some semi-trailer rolls in.
I can't talk about... No. Not what you think, and I can't talk about the stories because if they find out, it's just awkward.
Yeah, true. Surely they don't listen to this bloody podcast.
Bro, no, they'll say they won't listen, but they'll listen, I reckon. Yeah, so no comment.
Right.
Thanks, surely you know what I'm talking about. Exactly. You do?
Yeah.
I can't talk about it. It's just too awkward.
Yeah.
It's really fucking awkward.
I'll talk about some of mine then.
Yeah, go talk.
No, I don't really have any. There's a lot of cute girls in my gym and I just smile. I don't even smile, to be honest. I just stay in my lane.
I just grunt.
Yeah. Music, yeah, headphones on.
Yeah. But I also feel like because I remember the boys I was in LA with, they were like, you know, they'd be showing me girls on Instagram, like gym girls, and be like, bro,
yeah,
I can respect it, but personally, I'm not attracted to that. Like, I feel like I don't want a gym girl.
Not for me.
I don't want a girl with like, no, I won't even say it, but like, just like huge legs. It's just like bigger legs than me. It's like, bro, I don't really want that. I prefer like the skinny, just like non-gym build.
And it comes back to that thing of like, we've spoken about it before, where you go out and people, like, if you start talking to girls and they figure out, you know, we do gym stuff and they want to talk gym the whole time, I don't think there's any bigger turn off.
How many calories are in that drink? Shut the fuck up. That annoys me, man. But yeah, I think I'm talking about my type and spoken about talking.
Type? What's my type?
Come
on.
So the pulse has to be active.
It's a good start.
Face doesn't really matter. You'll take anything,
especially after a few beers.
Face has to be real ugly. I'm just going off of historical data. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, mate. I'm kidding.
Low and
she has
hard.
to be from Camberwell.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Has to have gone to a private school.
Often, yeah.
Has to have a really, like, at least 10 grand put into the orthodontic setup.
At least.
She has to be studying nursing. Preferably wearing a blazer.
I just like a caring sort. I don't care what they study, to be honest. Yeah, blazer's
we won't be
good.
commenting on height and weight so we don't get cancelled like Simo, and you can't say that.
Yeah, no, we won't be going near that.
Yep. So makeup, whatever you think.
Not too much makeup.
No, I said in makeup, whatever height and weight thing you want. Yeah,
right. Yeah, gotcha.
Doesn't have any of her own friends.
Yeah.
So like new friends at her birthday dinner every year. Drives a 2008 Toyota Corona.
Right,
gunmetal grey.
Shut up now.
Registration number.
Never asked. Yeah, I know your type.
Sup, brides? Jeff Side here. Welcome back to
like
March Madness.
Blonde hair.
Yeah, we've already spoken about it. This podcast isn't about Gab. Yeah, so Zach Payno asked, why you ain't got any singlets left? I don't know, mate. Maybe because people bought them and there's not any left in the store. I think that'd probably be a fair enough explanation. So, yeah, cool to see that all the stuff is selling out. And we don't just do the Prime Train arrangement where you buy 3 singlets and they're like, oh, crazy demand. You know, they're sold out. You'd never believe it, bro. You know, we're buying 500 and they're selling out. No hate to my boy. I love him. And he doesn't buy 3. No hate to him.
He buys lots. He buys 400.
Yeah, he buys 4. So yeah, they're selling out, man. We got new items coming. You know, I've had so many messages about the beaters. People are very keen for them.
I'm excited. I'm keen.
Potentially new colour beanies coming, new colour singlets, new colour shorts. Doing a big restock soon because I know we've only got like weird sizes, like extra small left.
You've been running the beanie hard, hey? You're a fan. Yeah. I didn't think you were like a hat person, but I suppose
didn't either.
Yeah.
And I kind of take the piss up. I like put it over my eyes when I train, and it's just cool.
Yeah. I look like I've been through a few rounds of chemo when I wear it sometimes. But then other times,
do you reckon that's just in your head though? Because I don't reckon you look bad with it.
I mean, I quite like that look, like the Eminem look.
I reckon you look better with a beanie than a hat, to be honest. And I know you wear a hat lots.
I'm a big hat wearer.
Yeah. You see, I'll never wear a hat.
If they want to pick up a beanie from the store,
you can go to the website.
There's probably none left, hey?
Yeah, and you can use code podcast. I've got some really exciting stuff happening with the programs. Had a business meeting for it with Boss Man this morning. But can't reveal that yet. But I know lots of you really enjoy like the tracking side of things, you know, sleep, all that kind of stuff. And so we will have something soon to accommodate you for that. Throw your guesses down in the comments down below. But yeah, anything you want to... running
program.
Yeah.
Athletic program.
With a bit more intent.
Yeah. Buy it. Get ready. If you want to run, then buy the running program. It's $10 and you get 3 programs, which is just disgustingly good value. The other thing is the athletic program, same with the powerlifting program. Everything just makes more sense if you buy it now than in a month when everything's more expensive.
Yeah, exactly. So, we're raising the prices because we're heading to a recession and we want to charge you guys more money, so you have to sell your house and can't feed your mum and your kids anymore. So go buy it now if you want that. So we got Jason Foley who asks, I reckon a bit of information about testosterone and how to maintain good levels would be beneficial to your predominantly young male audience. There we go.
Get rid of your plastic containers.
Yeah, mate. Plastic water bottle rip, but it is Supreme, which boosts testosterone.
Yeah. Testosterone's an interesting one. We got ours tested.
Yeah, I need to get mine tested again, actually.
Blood levels.
It's crazy because testosterone is the hormone that makes a man. It's what, you know, makes you, like, gives you drive to do things. It essentially, when you put effort into things, it feels rewarding. It feels good. So you're not just lazing around like a sloth, like going to the gym in the morning, grinding, you know, eating some whole nutritious food. That kind of stuff feels good, you know, where we're making business moves, we're working hard, we're going for runs, we're jumping into the ocean, you know, cold water. Makes it feel good, so that good testosterone. Yeah.
Oh, it's dangerous.
Mate, shut up, Karen. Shut up, Karen. I'm going to track my nutrition. I'm going to hit my macronutrients to a T. I'm going to train twice a day. I'm going to get 8 to 9 hours of sleep, and there's nothing you can do about it.
So your testosterone was off the bloody scale, as we expected.
Yeah.
When we tested it. Mine was smack bang in the middle of normal average. Oh, well, a little bit higher, but it's just like within the realms.
Yeah. We do need to get it tested again.
Yep.
I know there's lots of people talking about, like, why don't you boys promote testosterone anymore? It's because, like, I don't know if I've spoken about this on the podcast, but...
I think we have.
Yeah. Just to give you a summary, like, I'm pretty sure... So I still take 3,000 milligrams a day, but I don't say it anywhere just because I'm pretty sure that's why I got shadow banned on Instagram. And I was chatting to Lex Little in the gym and he said the same thing happened to him. He said that he promoted Turk and a bunch of the other gorilla athletes did as well. And they all got like shadow banned and Lex had 10 strikes against his account and then Gorilla got someone from Instagram to remove them. And he was stuck on 200k on Instagram. After he got unshadow banned, he's up to like 550 now. And it's because his account had 10 strikes for mentioning Turk. And I think that's rubbish because I still believe in it. I still am going to do everything I can to get that competitive edge naturally. It is very expensive, but I don't think it should be shadow banned. Yeah,
that's a good point. I totally agree. We're both still on the Turk. But yeah, the testosterone one's funny. You want normal levels of test. I mean, you've got very high levels of test, which is great.
Yeah.
Like natural amounts of test is good. I feel like guys can get a little bit obsessive over it.
Mm.
And I don't.
It is important though.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a beta, but like it's okay to have normal levels of tests. It's okay to have high levels of tests.
But in saying that, don't just
It's
be okay with
to
having bad lifestyle fat. Like if you actually do want to make a change, there are things you can do naturally, which are easy lifestyle changes, which might be insignificant, but when you accumulate them all, they can definitely add up. So the sleep is probably going to be your biggest, most important one you can change. Getting to sleep on a regular time and getting enough good quality sleep. It takes discipline, man. It takes more discipline than eating and training, right, to be honest with you. And I think it's something both of us really have down pat. And it makes life...
it too.
Mate.
It's scary the amount of people who get on gear before sorting out their sleep, their diet and their training. Mm-hmm. If you get those three sorted and optimize all of that, like you're going to be a different human.
So my top tips for sleep, just whip through it really quickly. No caffeine within 8 hours of bedtime. Caffeine has I believe 5 to 7 hour half-life, and you don't want more than 50 milligrams in your system when you go to bed. I don't want to hear, I can have 500 milligrams and go to bed fine. That's not a reflection of your sleep quality, because I don't know what it is, if it's your mind is still active, but you do not want that when you go to sleep. Otherwise, your sleep quality is going to be decimated. And then just making sure you go to bed at a regular time, waking up at a regular time, completely blacked out, try to put the phone away, get that good sleep. Your food, you want whole nutrients, probably like try to eat as consistently as possible. Healthy micronutrients in there like fruits, vegetables, something we're trying to get you on as well, the fruits and veggies.
Yeah, because I want to refund on my immune system, but I think that's because of the fruits and veggies.
So like, I remember I used to meal prep like literally just chicken and rice and no veggies, but nowadays I'm loading that thing up with vegetables. And not last one, but training, obviously important, like a bit of cardio, a bit of weight training. If you can fix that, like, honestly, I feel like those will do wonders for your testosterone. Obviously, vitamin D is a huge
bit
one.
of sun, and hydrated. Mm-hmm. Those, do all that, and
it's an interesting one.
Yeah, I feel like changes lives if you can get that stuff sorted,
mate. 100%. I'm not a professional in like the mental health space whatsoever, but I feel like I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, if you're depressed and anxious, that kind of setup, it's horrible. It's a horrible thing. I've had people very close to me affected by that, but I swear that if you can get those lifestyle factors on the right track, it'll work wonders. It will probably be more effective than prescribed antidepressants.
It's actually one of the things that I saw the Forbidden Man say. I'm not going to say his name. And he said, like, if you we're actually seriously depressed or whatever, before you make any stupid decisions to try and get a six-pack first, which obviously is like sounds really shallow, but like the process of getting a six-pack and then the feeling when you're healthy and fit and firing, there's a good chance you're going to sort out a lot of issues. And obviously we're not professionals.
We're not professionals in this space, but if we have a mate who's struggling, we'd kind of get them on this course, I'd say,
which has definitely worked in the past.
Yep.
So, we've got more questions.
Yeah, is that enough on testosterone? If you guys want to hear more about it, any kind of nuances on it, then for sure let us know. But I think we've chatted enough about it there. Here's one. We have one from a female viewer, listener? Follower. So she had a very...
Wait, female's offensive.
Oh, bro. Yeah, we had some...
No, but I know. I don't understand it. But
we don't want to video on the Forbidden Man that we made, someone commented like, can you use the word women instead of female? It's
I wonder
quite
why
offensive.
That is.
Bro, if you call a man a male, are we being angry? No.
I couldn't care less.
It's like you're kind of nitpicking here, I reckon.
Yeah, well, I just don't want people to be offended by stuff we do, but fuck, you just can't please everyone. Yeah.
Oh.
But that's why I'm interested. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so we have a woman listener. That sounds worse, bro. We have a female listener who had a very good comment first, but it's a bit too social media-y. It's a good question for another time, but she asked a second question. Her name's Sarah, and has had another thought. What Lewis's and your view is on male and female friendships? ?
She said female.
Yeah, there you go.
Fuck, we got a man on the inside.
Exactly right.
I think they're fine. I don't have an issue with it at all, but you got to be able to get... That was one of the great things about going to a co-ed school, is conversing with the other gender.
Yeah,
and
the enemy.
With the enemy.
It's not actually the enemy, guys.
You're going to go through life with all sorts of genders coming at you. From a work perspective, from a hobby perspective, you've got to be able to be friends with them and get along. Yeah,
and I think having female friends is really good because you can get like different perspectives, different advice on stuff. It's just, if you're constantly surrounded by like your numbnut mates chatting about putting bets on the horses and, sinking Bundaberg rum, it's a bit one-dimensional, I reckon. And so a lot of the time when I was, perhaps, for instance, over in America, like hanging out with girlfriends that, not like girlfriends as in, like...
Friends that are girls.
Friends that are girls,
Yeah.
Which is another point I want to make. But it's just, balance. It's good. The thing I wanted to say was, like, I'd put on my story, like, a friend girl I was hanging out with, and people just, like, freak out, being like, oh, bro, like, did you smash? Oh, did you do this? Did you do
They're
that?
Just young, though, aren't
your girlfriend?
They're just little babies.
Man, relax. Like, this is literally just my friend. Like, I've known her for 5 years. Like, she's one of my good mates. Like, blah, blah,
They'll
blah.
figure it out.
It's ridiculous.
Just little babies, if you're commenting that. Do you have any, like... Because I don't think I have any friends that are girls that are, like, other than my sister, who I'd, like, hang out with kind of thing.
Yeah.
Other than like mates, girlfriends and stuff. So like you said, it's good to get different perspectives, which is so true. If I need a different perspective on anything, obviously I'd chat to my sister about it, but then like mates, girlfriends and stuff.
Yeah. I'm not really one for the mate's girlfriend because, women,
I don't message them directly. Through a mate.
Women, they come, they go. Let's be real. And I'm always going to take my homie's side over anything. So I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. But what were you going to say, though? What were you going to say?
Do you have any mates that are girls?
Yeah, 100%,
like,
bro.
that you like...
I won't name them off, but like quite a few. And it's fantastic, really, because, I don't know, immature little Gab used to be like, oh, no, like, if it's a girl, like, you got to get with them, That's the kind of setup. But now it's just like, bro, just calm down. Like, stop being insecure. Not every girl is like some sort of intimate target. You can have friends that are girls, and it's actually really good to be able to control your sexual urges like that. I'd say, like, just calm down. Don't think with your dick the whole time, bro. Like,
everyone settle down.
Yeah,
probably that kind of develops when you're a bit later in life, as in like
after you get castrated.
20, yeah, because you've had the nuts.
Snip.
Yeah.
Not allowed within 2 k's of schools. No. Set up.
Make sure of it. He's got a little beeper on his bracelet, ankle bracelet.
Yeah. Sorry, no, uncalled for.
Yeah, I lost train of thought, but yeah.
No, it comes later in life.
Later in life, as in like 22, 23 kind of thing, I reckon. I was so immature, like 21.
Yeah, bro. 100%.
Even 22.
100%.
Even sometimes, this is different direction. When I'm in situations, whatever it is going through life, I've spoken to you about this before, and I know I'm not alone on this front. Might be with you, but with other mates, I will think of like some of the most horrific shit if I'm like talking to someone, or like, let's say I'm doing whatever, like I'm going to the shops to buy something and someone says something. I just imagine like what would be the most awkward or like weird thing I could do here. I never do it, obviously.
I know, sometimes I do think like that as well.
And it's like, I wonder when that stops, because I don't reckon my dad would think like that. I don't reckon your dad would think like that.
Yeah.
Same thing, like immature thoughts.
Give us an example. Can you give us an example?
Like, let's say I'm on the train and the train conductor's talking to me. It's like, imagine if I just grabbed his dick right now.
Yeah.
Like just
no.
Grabbed his nuts.
Obviously, I wouldn't do it, but like hypothetically, like what would happen?
When does that stop?
I don't know if it ever stops, bro. Sometimes... No. You know what one I think about is like, traffic stopping in front of you. What if I just kept driving and didn't brake? What if I just kept going? Like, what would the feeling feel like?
Well,
hits blunt.
When your mate just been broken up with. So there's that. And then the other one for me is just like immature thoughts, just disgusting thoughts. I walked past two gay guys the other day, and they were both like 6'7", and I just instantly thought that would be a rough route. Like, imagine them going at it, and it's like, I don't want to think that.
Yeah.
And like,
it's like the devil on your shoulder.
Yeah, like that. Why did I go straight? Like, they're a happy couple. They're fantastic together. Like, why did I think of that?
Yeah, obviously you'd never verbalize it, and
until I'm on a fucking podcast with 10,000 people.
No, well, we chat about it. So and that's, but
when does that
people
stop?
using the excuses, I was a drunk last night or something like that. It's like, bro, I've pushed the limits, bro. I've gone beyond the limits, and I've always been in control of myself. Like, I think that is such a cop-out when people do that. Like, I did this and that because I was drunk. It's just like, bro, shut up. You're an adult. Literally,
the drunk thing's weird. I hate that. I think it's the worst thing. Same with like when people like cheat on their misses and stuff.
Yeah, it's because I was drunk.
Because I've been in some states and some conditions.
Yeah, like with some opportunities as well.
I would never. Yeah, if anything, the more hammered I am, the more the less I want to converse with girls.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But so my thoughts behind that is like, I wonder when that stuff stops.
Yeah,
if at all, because I think that's like a maturing process in your brain.
Going back to this question about the male and female friendships.
Yeah,
I think we've chatted enough about that, but the male and female friendship when one of them has a partner is a different story, I think. And I think you got to be careful, because the girlfriend, if your missus has a male best friend, I reckon just do your probing and be careful. And because I've been stung by that a few times, and I don't know, man. I feel like you shouldn't have to be paranoid in those situations, but bro, I'm like, my walls are up here now. Like,
I reckon it comes down to like, if you genuinely asked him or like whatever, like what his intentions were, and like if we weren't together and you guys had had a few drinks and she came on to you, like would he be like, no. Chances are he wouldn't.
Yeah, chances are he's not going, no.
Take that opportunity, like
so
sucks to think about.
And maybe that's because I've had like some bad experiences in the past that were unlucky. I don't know if you guys are like that as well. If that's happened to you guys, I feel like it's pretty common. But I'm very... I've been in situations where it's like the girl will have like other guy friends and I don't care at all, because like I think I've changed now, actually. I think that was like previous before.
Yeah, you have a lot more self-confidence now.
Yeah. I don't, because...
I think you had a reason to in the past as well. And you have a reason to have those walls up as well, considering.
Yeah.
But you just got to work through that. And I feel like communication is very important for that. Like if you had a girlfriend, you'd have to talk about that.
Oh, facts. Yeah. That goes without saying. Yeah,
well, like especially you. Because I've never felt that.
Wait, what do you
mean?
Like
especially you would have to talk about that. Because if that's walls you're putting up, like that could create tension in the relationship.
Oh, facts.
Whereas like I've never had that tension.
Yeah,
I've never felt that, but legit, I can understand it.
There are like, I remember like being with you boys when stuff like this has been happening, and like we go back to where, we were having beers that night, and I will still get like
a tusk
trauma from it. Yeah. I'll still get trauma from it, because I remember having like a panic attack like while I was with you guys, and like we would walk past where that happened, and I was still like, I'm joking, I'm like, haha, like don't say where it actually is, but like we'll walk past and I'll joke about it. I'll be like, haha, like this place, fuck this place, blah, blah, blah. But like I'm actually feeling a bit panicky inside. Like it brings back that trauma.
Yeah, in your stomach.
Yeah, in the stomach, like heart beating. Fuck, those are just feelings no one should have to go through.
That's a funny one. Well, not funny, but like I remember at the time you saying like, oh, I reckon she's done this, I reckon she's done that. Yeah. Maybe not on the exact night, but then like you were right.
Yeah.
And that was like, fuck.
Yeah, bro.
Trust your instinct.
Trust your gut. That's my best advice. It's crazy, but like you live and you learn, I guess. People ask, does the pain ever go away? I don't believe it does. You just get better at managing it.
Totally agree.
And just a few broken soldiers out here.
Yeah. It takes ages. I don't have much to add on to that, but I remember thinking like when I got broken up with, I don't reckon like I'm ever going to be happy again, because I used to be like so bubbly and stuff, but it happens. It took me about a year.
Yeah.
And then you notice your happiness is back. Like when you're singing in the car, you're like smiling, you're like giggly and all that stuff on your own. I reckon that's a good kind of sign.
100%. Even like before that happened, like so before the traumatic event kind of thing, I feel like I'm happier now than I was before that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if any of you guys are going through a similar situation, then like tough times don't last, tough people do. And like there are a few people that are close to me going through tough things at the time. I'm like, bro, like literally give it a year, work hard, work on yourself, and you'll be laughing about this in a year's time.
And it's so good to see when people do start working on themselves. Like, oh, they were actually cut by that.
Yeah.
Like if you buy some runners and start going for runs and hit the gym harder and you get your... It's like, oh, they were hurt by that. Yeah. But that's fantastic.
I remember I was just been chatting to my coach and like maybe like 10 months ago or something, I remember like we'd have sessions together and then we have sessions together now. And I just go to him like, bro, I was so down bad back then. Like I was so like sad. And he's like, yeah, we've come a long way together, man. Like, so it's just like so good to see.
Yeah, and it's a good feeling when you have people who are there with you, the shit part and the good part.
100%. Yeah, stick with you from the lows and they're there for the highs as well.
It's beautiful. We got a question in there. Someone said, how do you get girls? But I reckon we go to Tomorrow Skincare because that helps us get girls. We love Tomorrow Skincare.
Ooh, marketing man.
Yeah! Tomorrow Skincare. So first... Like, I don't want to say vanity is everything for getting girls, and we'll get right into this girl thing in a second, but shit, it helps. Yeah. Like, if you're like 15, 16, bit of a funny adolescent times, you're wearing way too much deodorant, you're loading up but your skin's a bit, and you're still a bit smelly, all of that. Anyway, you come through the other side, you've used Tomorrow Skincare, and that's when the fun starts. I use the Essentials collection from Tomorrow Skincare personally.
Yeah, well, we all use that. Is there another one you can actually use?
We can buy everyone individually.
Why would you do that?
Well, you should buy the Essentials collection.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I put on my Snapchat story, like, does anyone have any thoughts on it? Or like, has anyone got it recently? And Sony, like, I had like 50 responses on Snapchat. And like, literally, I think like 47 of them were good and 3 were bad. And people being like, bro, it's the best. Skin feels so smooth. Like, smells so good. Like, it's really cleared up my skin. And the ones that were bad, what one guy said, the smell gives him a headache. It's like, bro, well,
really?
Maybe you're used to like bad smelling stuff, but fair enough. Like,
whatever, he's allowed to feel that.
Impress everyone. I personally think the smell is really good. And plus, I also feel like everyone thinks the smell is really good. And then some people saying like their skin got like a little bit red after it. And I'm pretty sure I did a bit of research on this, and I believe when you get used to a proper skin hygiene routine, your skin goes through a process called purging, and so it's like expelling all the bad stuff. And I think it takes 1 to 2 weeks. Do your own research on this, but I think it takes 1 to 2 weeks to get used to it, and from there, like it's like if you get on skin medication, it often gets worse before it gets better. So that might just be the process there. Well, we're not dermatologists, but we're just speaking kind of from our bro science experience. And I think stick through and it will work wonders.
Is what we would do, but you should go see a dermatologist if that's the case.
If you're really, really worried about that stuff, but it should be pretty plug and play for most guys.
That's fantastic though. You said 47 like positive responses and 3 like kind of mid responses. Mid. Like the people were just saying, oh, like my skin did this at the start, and then I replied to it and it's like, oh, thanks, bro. Like I'll give it a week and see how it goes. I'll get back on it, kind of thing. Which is a good response. And if you guys do want to pick up any, you can pick up some apparel. We're sending the samples through with any apparel. So what do you have in there? You got the structure serum and the gel moisturizer. Yep. And if you already want to buy the package, you can use code NTF, which will give you 20% off at the Tomorrow Skincare website. So it's $115 for the Essentials bundle, which is, it's expensive, but you get what you pay for when it comes to skincare. But that'll give you 20% off that, so it'll become $90 around. So pretty good. It's worth it. You're worth it, especially for this summer. Next up, we have Manscaped.
Yep, we just got our hands on all the new Manscaped goodies, and I did some organising in my cupboard, and it's looks insane. Good. Like they've got like this new razor blade thing it's called the crop shaver, and so you can use that obviously for your delicate regions or your legs. They've also got like a shaving cream that comes with it, or a shaving gel.
Oh, yeah.
They've also got like a crop exfoliator. So I think the go is you exfoliate it first, then you use a bit of the gel, and then you shave it to get like, because the trimmer, the lawnmower, it'll, get pretty fine. But if you want every hair in like not there,
yeah, you want that smooth feeling. That's how you look really vascular, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the hack. You got to get the shaver thing.
Also, you like the cologne?
Yeah, I really like the cologne. I like the idea of the exfoliator. Just quickly touching on that. If you want a good tan this summer, the trick is to exfoliate before you go out in the sun
and get rid of any hair. The old Mike Thurston tips.
Yeah.
Remember that video?
Oh, great video.
Yeah. It's actually really good. I will exfoliate, then I will shave, then I'll go sit out in the sun. I don't know if this is the most responsible thing, but I will go sit out in the sun without sunscreen, so I'll actually soak up the colour. I'll only put sunscreen on my face because I don't want my face copping all those rays and getting wrinkles and stuff. But yeah,
if you want to pick anything up from Manscaped, use code NTF. You get 20% off and free shipping.
Awesome.
I think we got more questions there.
Yeah, I think we do.
We're at 26 minutes of this bit. Should we check cameras or just write it through?
Just write it through.
We're writing it through, guys.
How to be a ladies' man, how to prevent feeling lonely, believe in ghost paranormal activity. Which one do we want to answer?
Ladies' man, feeling lonely. I feel like we've done like the lonely one a fair bit. The trick to not feeling lonely is to enjoy being in your own company.
Yeah.
And that includes working on yourself.
Yeah, facts.
Genuinely loving yourself.
Yeah.
We love time by ourselves and we love time together.
Yeah. 100%. I feel like once you enjoy time by yourself, figure out how to be in your own company, then you really enjoy and appreciate being around other people too.
Fuck. Shit. Write that down. Because that's so true.
Because like there'll be times when you're not at the house for like 4 days and I've got 4 days on my own and I'm just chilling, like
Cruising.
I'm having a ball.
Yeah.
The process doesn't stop, the routine doesn't stop.
Keep going.
And it's like I feel like I'm in a state now, and I have been for a while, where I don't have like a spare second kind of thing. I'm constantly doing stuff, so I don't have time to sit down and be lonely and feel like, oh, I wish. Blah, blah, blah.
Which is a good feeling.
Yeah,
we love being busy.
Let me see who asked that question. Lachlan asked how to prevent the feeling of loneliness.
Yeah, it's a good question, mate. I reckon, you just have to enjoy being by yourself. There's not really any crazy hectic tips. What else is going on?
I don't know, to be honest.
Well, it's been a good podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we'll call it there, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. All the support you guys have been giving us is incredible. We get a little bit of hate sometimes. I was thinking this today, which is fine, but we genuinely want to help people.
Yeah.
If you haven't figured that out yet, then that's a shame. But we hope you benefit from some of the things we say and do.
There's a topic I want to talk about next podcast, and that's the people that say anyone can have a podcast these days. But not everyone can have a top 10 charting podcast. You
do
fucking
it then. Do
idiot.
it.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
No one will listen to it, mate.
Do it. Make the podcast.
Cool. Thanks, guys. We hope you have a fantastic day.
Love you.